Out the Love After Lockup. Um, well, I watched it. It's got uh, True Return people, Tinny and Rob, Justin, I think, and his wife. I forgot the other girl's name with that guy's name. What's the name? Zaria and Troy, Joey and Kim, Bianca, and the other guy. So I think Christine comes back. Now at the beginning we see that how the there's a couple that was in the one previous, and they just found out they got baby number 9. So they're saying to her, right, this is what's gonna happen. If you have baby number 9, right, there's gonna be complications, which means to her, right, you have to write a will in case anything happens when you have the baby. And so he goes, no, that ain't gonna happen. I couldn't picture this happening with her, etc. Now there was talk about vasectomies, and he said, look, I'm not having a vasectomy because like my stuff might not work and all that, but you can have a vasectomy and stuff. Now, as you get older, your body changes, I mean? Your body changes, there's more risk in pregnancy and all sorts happening. So, by her doing this, because they said that how they might have to save the baby before they save her. So they said to her, right, you better make sure you have a will and accept all different things. And she's like, yeah. I think there is a problem with money where they're concerned. I think I even forgot their blinking names anyway. Anyways, then we go to Bianca, and I forgot his name. I always forget their bloody names. Um, I forgot his name. Anyway, so they get up, and then they are. So he says, "Was I good?" She goes, "Oh yeah, he was all right." Like, so they're in the kitchen, and he's making breakfast. He says, "I haven't made breakfast in I can't remember how much years." So he makes a breakfast, and then they're sitting down talking and all that. And then in the confessional, she said, "Oh, he wasn't that good. He just wanted to get in and stuff like that." Bianca is very immature, entitled young lady, because as they're sitting there, right, he made her breakfast. So she says to him, can you get me coffee? So he's like, no, I'm not gonna make you coffee or whatever, because you're right there, kind of thing. So she goes, like, if you love me, you'll make me coffee or some stupidness like that. Now the man's just made you breakfast. So you could have got up from where you were sitting and gone and make a coffee for yourself. So he didn't. So she goes, after all I've done for you, after all the money I spent on you and stuff like that. So he looked at her and he said, what? All the money I spent on you, after all the money I've done for you. So he goes to her, why would you say that? So she is looking at him. So he goes, why would you say that? So he goes, you can't manipulate me into doing stuff for you by telling me that, because if you're saying this now and you're going to say it again, you shouldn't have to tell me that, right? Because I know that what you did and what you done for me or whatever. So I'm thinking that his mum, mum's intuition was right about Bianca. There's going to be a lot of tussles with these two, because it seems like she's wants her way. It was her way. She wasn't prepared to stop drinking for him, for his addictions. She would rather drink and probably send him back into his addictions, because, they'd be alcoholic and drug taking in his family and stuff like that. Anyways, Then we get to Tinny and Rob. So Rob and Tinny making a welcome party. Everything's all nice and all that, him and the children, he's connecting with the son and all that stuff. And then so they reach there, the venue's fixed. And now they're waiting for the people to come through. So they call the family. The family said, "Oh, I'm ill. I got this wrong with me. I'm messed up." They call another one. "Oh, well, I'm not feeling well. I'm kind of messed up." So Rob sits there and he says, "No one's really been there for me, really. Right? I don't really expect to see them. All right, I've been let down so many times. I don't really expect to see these people be there for me." So later on now, like, I think the cameras went off somewhere else and they come back and the party started. So the mum says something and Tinny's about to get up. And then she says it again. So Tinny and her have a full-on brawl at the party. Full on. It's full on. Like, hands everywhere. Tables flying. Food flying. So Rob's trying to get in the middle of the women to stop the fight. Now, no matter how much a person gets to you, the lesson is to just walk away. Just walk away. Tinny, you should just walked away. You don't even do it. You just don't. There is something with his mum, or whatever's going on with his mom. I don't even know. She's just, she's been that way from season 1 when you was in Love After Lockup. And then for her to antagonize, what you should have done, you should have got up or walked away. You should have not have, tried to throw a punch at her or whatever you was trying to do. Because if Rob was a different type of man, he would have said, "You know what, right? You hit my mum and I'm off. I'm gone. And I feel that you're wrong for doing that. You could have handled it in a different way. No matter how much she made you mad, you should have waited till after the party had finished, and then, you meet up with him, with the mum, you and your husband meet up with his mother, and you try and fix it, because there was no need for that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I can't remember. I will come back and do the rest, because there is a lot going on in this new Love After Lockup. There's a lot going on. Joey being absolute, you know what? Kim I think they're talking about DNA testing to see whether one of the boys is his son, because she was with somebody after or before. So he wants to know whether he's the father of one of the boys, or you know what I'm saying. So then they're trying to raise money because they want to buy a house. So she's trying to get rid of the toys, trying to sell the toys, whatever. He's taking the children to school and, playing the father figure. Can't remember who else. Saria and Troy. Oh boy. Saria and Troy are sitting down discussing the non-profitable thing what they do together, which I think is to help prisoners and all that stuff, so they can be like into, to be around, so they can be able to work or whatever they got to do, innit? So they're lying on the bed talking. He's in his do-rag and she's in her face mask thing. It's like blue and black around the eyes. and it gets heated. It gets heated. Why? It's over money. She said she's trying to show him that it's a non-profitable project, which means that how they don't get paid. They can't. I think they can't pay for the therapist and all sorts of things. And I think it was like something to do with rent. So he said to her, "Why didn't you tell me what was going on? Why didn't you tell me?" Because I think there's a message on the phone or something that started all off. So he gets up from the bed. He's only got his do-rag on, a vest on, shorts, and he's got his thing around his ankle, the ankle bracelet. And he puts on his shoes and he just starts walking and he calls somebody and he says he looks at the camera and he says, "Sometimes you gotta do things for money." And I'm thinking, what type of things are you thinking of doing? Because if you're gonna do something bad for money, you're gonna end back up in prison. It's not gonna end good. Right? So Troy is literally walking on the street, making phone calls, calling people, or he calls somebody. So he sits down and he waits for the car to pull up and then they go. So whatever happens over that's going to be interesting to find out how that pans out. Now there's the transgender man and the girl, the girl. So they're packing because they're moving, because they're an engaged couple now. They're packing to go where they have to go, whatever. And then they go to get the car, MOT'd, checked, whatever, oil change. The phone goes because bear in mind, right, they had a lot of perils, a lot of trials, and the last time they was on Love After Lockup. So they're saying, okay, at least we're happy, we're packing, we're gonna go move to another place, and you see them packing up the boxes and all that, and then the next time you see them right there in the car, and then this, so basically they're saying that how the family, the whole of his family, is moving with them to another state. So when, like I said, as they reach somewhere to get the oil change, and then the phone goes. It's a what's it, the probation officer. So the probation officer says, your thing haven't come through because of no, you can't move states or something like that. So he goes, oh my gosh, now I gotta go tell the girl that we can't move states. So he tells her. So she goes, yeah, but we just given up our house, like, so that means we're gonna be homeless and all that. There's always something with that couple, always something, guarantee. It's guaranteed. It seems like nothing goes smooth for them. Nothing. I can't remember who else. I think I've got everybody. So we'll see in the next one how this is gonna go, because I think the real one I more wanna know how that's gonna go, because like they do actually give the impression that they're happy together or whatever. But with all the fights and all the stuff, maybe there's gonna be more fights as the series goes along. There's quite a few that seems to wanna punch up, wants to have a punch up on screen. So what I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna wait and watch to the next episode. I might come and do the next episode. I might just leave when something massive comes up, basically. Because the couples, there's old and new couples that are in the series, in this series, shall I say. So it'd be interesting to see how things pan out, especially for Tinny and Rob, I think, because there is them, Shantan True, and Bianca, because she's a very entitled young lady. She's not prepared to give up nothing for that man. And not only is she young, she gives the impression that she's young, And she used to having her way. She used to throwing tantrums and getting her way. She is the type of person Bianca gives me. That's the impression she is. She gives me. So please go in the comments and tell me what you think of the Love After Lockup. If you are watching it, tell me what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.